welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is supposed to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual. I'm asexual, obviously, and you'll follow my asexual journey, which I always share in order to help you in your own. If you don't know who I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives book. So it's a brief live stream, and it's all about why can't people just be happy, or why can't they understand that not everyone wants or needs sex. So I was going through a really stressful time a few days ago, and that's because I'm in an entrepreneur dating group. I thought entrepreneurs, being largely different to much of the population, thinking outside the box, having a different mindset, less conditioning, I thought that they would be more accommodating of asexuals and asexuality. And so far, the entrepreneurs that I've been connected to on Facebook, the majority have been like that. So I was in this dating group, and I did start posting about the fact that I'm asexual and sexual orientation. I put a post in there about, like on Facebook dating, why is it when I write that I don't want sex, that, they basically ignore that, and I did one about I like kissing, passionate kissing, even though I'm asexual, but I don't want sex. Right, and instead of people just, and who likes passionate kissing here? And instead of people just responding, like normally, they decide to then start tearing down my whole sexual orientation and being really rude and horrible. Not all of them, but a significant amount of women did, which I've had to block. I think there was one bloke that was horrible. The rest were women. And so that's been really, really disconcerting. It was really stressful for me because I felt like I was having to defend myself, my friends, asexuality. And it was very stressful and horrible. One guy was being, two guys weren't being good. One guy was being really nasty about my friends and stuff, which he doesn't know who they are, and it's just really nasty. But, I got stupid stuff being said to me. Like, one woman said, the only way you can be asexual is a lack of hormones or fear of intimacy. This is an absolute load of rubbish, right? I'm absolutely fed up of saying this. Asexuality is a sexual orientation. It's not the same as I've had a bad experience, I don't like sex anymore. It's a genuine sexual orientation. So I was like it since birth. I've had sex. I don't want sex again. It's not interesting for me. I had it because I thought I had to as part of a serious relationship, normal relationship, and it's just rubbish, right? I am absolutely shocked. There is no wonder why there is so much sexual abuse in this world when you have people like that, predominantly were women, mind you, which made me even more surprised, that, seem to think it's a major big deal and a problem, and you need to fix yourself and change if you don't want, like, or need sex, and you're happy to be that way, right? I wrote a post saying I never asked anyone to question my asexual orientation or to try and tell me about it, I wasn't questioning my identity. I didn't ask anyone else to try and change it, or I wasn't questioning it, So why do people basically feel the need to do that? I am asexuality. It's a genuine sexual orientation. It's not celibacy. It's not abstaining. It's not a fear of intimacy. Right? If I had fear of intimacy, I wouldn't want to passionately snog a guy with my clothes on. I have close body contact with legs intertwined with each other. It's getting as close as you can get with clothes on. I find the naked body not very good looking, to be quite honest with you. I prefer clothes on. And I find it's much more passionate, sensual, and exciting for me to actually kiss with my clothes on. If I had a fear of intimacy, I wouldn't even want a guy near me, right? I've had sex in the past, right? I've had sexual abuse, because this is another thing. Oh, have you had sexual abuse? One woman was going, oh, I want you to think back to your past. Have you been molested? Maybe have some regression and find out. It's like, I am happy I'm asexual. I'm happy I don't want sex. I am happy that I'm asexual. I'm happy that I don't want sex, that I don't need sex, right? All these people that are trying to change me, I would say, look at your own life, right? Why are you trying to change me? I'm happy with who I am. And one was going, I think you need to look at your past and find out who you are. I said, I have found out who I am. Through my journey of discovery about myself, I found out I was asexual. No longer do I have to not know who I am. No longer do I have to pretend to like sex. No longer do I have to follow social norms, and be like the world and like sex. You know, I'm just really shocked, and I was very upset, and it really wore me out, to be quite honest. You know, having people all the time bombard you with, oh, you got fear of intimacy, you got something wrong with you, it's past sexual abuse. I was like that because I didn't like sex, this woman said. It's like, just because you didn't like sex, oh, I used to have sex, right? It was a good experience the last time I had sex. It was the best experience of my life. With the last relationship I had compared to all the previous relationships, I've had sex with 5 guys. I'm not afraid of having sex. I've had sexual abuse, and each time I've had sexual abuse more than once actually, but after both times I still had sex because I wasn't afraid of the sex. I didn't like the abuse, it wasn't great, but I just put it down to a bad incident in my life. You know, that's the way I dealt with it. So it is what it is. You know, I've had sex since then, so clearly it's not abuse that's stopping me having sex. If I wanted to have sex, I'd go and have it with nice, young, hot, foreign guys in my city. And so it really pees me off, you know what I mean? It's like, why should I force myself to do that to prove that I don't have a fear of intimacy? I just don't want the friggin' sex, you know? And it just makes me so angry, you know? And I have never, ever had so many, Liam. Hi Sandra, why would people be nasty? Why would be nasty to people? I've never had sex and I never want to. Why do people think everyone has to have sex? Not everyone needs or wants sex. Thank you, Liam. Lots of love to you. I was absolutely shocked, you know, I just felt railroaded, bombarded. This went on for like 24 hours. I was still answering comments. In the end, I had to stop answering the comments of the horrible people because, you know, they were just, thanks for the thumbs up, they were just being so nasty in the end. I thought, I can't be doing with this anymore in my life. I've got better things to do in my time. Thankfully, there was a few people that were grateful. One had a teenage daughter, and she said she never understood asexuality before, and my posts have really helped her. And for one, she's very happy that I posted on there because it's helped her to understand her daughter a lot more. You know, another guy said he thinks he dated a woman, was with a woman in a relationship, for 5 years. He lived with her 4, but was with her 5. And he said, I think from what you're saying, it sounds like she was asexual. And thank you for being honest, because he asked me, do you say you're asexual? I'm like, yes, I say I'm asexual, of course, that's why I'm posting in here. But I was getting so much flack. I wrote 5 posts about, which included about asexuality in them, right? 5 posts, and people are in there daily posting about sex every frigging day. But because I'm talking about asexuality, of course they've got a problem with it. I was accused of trolling and spamming. And I'm thinking, I've been in that group since it started. Day 1 I was in that group. Yet all these other people have come in and decided to have a go. It's horrible. You know, some people are like, oh, we've already heard about this before. Why do you need to say you're asexual? It's because if I don't say I'm asexual, then I can be seen as misleading. Because this guy was going, oh, well, I think you might be misleading people. I'm like, well, I'm not misleading people if I put in my bio that I don't want sex and I'm asexual. 1000% I'm not misleading people, you know. So you've got the people that if you don't write it, you're misleading someone. If you do write it, you're always getting like people trying to tear you down, saying there's something wrong with you. There is nothing frigging wrong about people not wanting sex. It makes me want to scream, honestly. I feel so sorry for all the teenagers and school kids and everyone growing up being conditioned, and it's still carrying on. I'm absolutely shocked. I thought with it being an entrepreneur group, and when people become an entrepreneur, you notice that the 9 to 5 normal working is like a product of conditioning, because you don't have to do that. You can work for yourself, although working for yourself is not as easy as they make it out to be, right? It's a lot more harder work. You know, people are working for years behind the scenes to have a laptop lifestyle. If you have a laptop lifestyle, you still have to create the products and upload them in the first place and do all the sales pages for it. So it's not as they make out, right? Basically, the laptop lifestyle is you can work from a laptop anywhere in the world, but you're still working a friggin' lot, do you know what I mean? Even if you are on a beach. So unless you've got other people working for you, right? Or unless there's like products that are selling like hotcakes that are automated, right? So, you know, so I thought with this conditioning, like people thinking outside the box, that they don't have to go to a 9 to 5 job, I thought, you know, they would understand when I'm saying, you know, it's conditioning and ideology. Because this one guy, I said, you know, it's just the reason they're deciding to, you know, like not be so, you know, like not understanding is because of their ideologies being challenged, you know, and people don't like their ideology being challenged, but it's absolutely horrible. I mean, I've never had this amount of trouble before, right? And I've had lots of asexuals who say in other groups that they've had all these type of things said to them. I have barely had any objections to my asexuality in my life, right? And I wasn't asking them to question my asexuality. I was just being me. And a lot of them were going, I think you need to look back in your past, you need to work on some issues. It's like, friggin' heck, I've worked on my issues, right? Had a lot of counselling and therapy, and now I've come to the realisation that I am asexual since 2014. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I've got the bestest friends I've ever had. I'm the happiest I've ever been. I can connect with people like me, like you, all over the globe, and I'm really happy. Why can't people be happy to be happy, with all the women in there? It's like, the ones that were rude, not all of the women, some of them were really happy I posted. One woman said it was good information because she didn't hear of it before, And some people, one guy was actually asking me proper in-depth educational questions about it rather than stupid things that, that the other people were saying. So I was really grateful for that. But of course, then when I replied to him, this woman saying, oh, it's about a lack of sex, but you've just been talking about sex. And then this woman, also the same woman, she was the one that said it's a fear of intimacy or lack of hormones. That's the only way you can be asexual, which is wrong. And I put an angry face on there because I thought I can't be bothered to speak to a stupid person who's being really ignorant, and she goes, oh, I had a guy that she knew, I think she dated him, but she said that she thought he was gay. He said he thought he was asexual because his hormones had changed. That's what she said, but she wouldn't accept he was asexual anyway. She said that he must be gay, but he's in denial to his family and friends, right? That's what she can't even accept he's asexual, but it's all right if he says he's gay. And she's like, well, I don't consider myself asexual, but I've been with men and women, but I'm not bisexual or heterosexual or gay. She goes, because I'm with people because of connection rather than for physical means, but I don't consider myself asexual. I mean, I thought, well, you wouldn't consider yourself as asexual if you say asexual is a fear of intimacy and lack of hormones anyway, would you? Unless that's what she's saying she is. Oh, honestly, I was just so fed up. I was absolutely stressed. I had a couple of days just stressed, and the next day I had to go off social media for a while because I was just like, I'm like, I've never had such horribleness. I've heard other asexuals saying that they ask if they've been molested. Would you really ask someone that? I feel like turning around and saying, oh, right, well, are you heterosexual because you weren't getting enough sex when you were a kid, so you've got to make up for it now? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I just think it's so rude and really bad, and I wish people could just be happy that not everyone likes, wants, or needs sex, and some people are very happy being that way. I want to stop society and people in it forcing people to think they've got to like, want, or need sex if there's something wrong with them and they need fixing. No, it's the people who think they need fixing and the ones that need fixing. There was one woman who was very nice in there, really, well, there've been more than one woman, actually. There's been a couple of women, one that really stuck up for me as well. But this woman is a psych major. She got a major in psychology, I'm guessing that's what it means. And she said, if you listen to Sandra, she doesn't want to change. She doesn't want sex. She's not saying there's a problem and she wants to change it. She doesn't want sex. So she doesn't. She goes, I'd be quite insulted at basically one of the comments they said. Basically she says she'd be insulted if someone said, they got something wrong in their childhood or wrong in their, wrong in their past. They need to look back on and they need therapy to change it. She goes, because Sandra hasn't asked to be changed. She doesn't want to change. She's happy the way she is, And I thought, Ali flaming Unia, I haven't asked to change. I'm happy that I don't want sex. Right? And whether you're asexual or not, if you don't want sex, you don't want sex. Why do people want to force that sex down your throat? To me, that's just like all those people in that group are sexual abusers as far as I'm concerned. The people that were rude, not the people that weren't. All the ones that think I should change and get some therapy so I can enjoy sex because there's a problem with me. I think that's sexual abuse. It's forcing me to like something I don't want to like against my will. That is sexual abuse. I'm just absolutely disgusted, and I thought better of an entrepreneur group. Not everyone was like that. Like I said, one was happy about they got more information to do with their teenage daughter. Another said good information. So there was a few people in there that also said, I'm glad that you can be you and have come out as you. I've got to go off and Skype my best friend, actually. probably waiting. Oh, they're waiting for me on Skype. So anyway, I've got to go now. Anyway, I love you and leave you. And until next time, Rachel, Quirky, and each other. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that great big bell icon to get notified of every time I go live. Like now, I post a new video. I've got my best asexual friends. I've got to be off because I'm late for them. But yes, I just wanted to let you know that's how I feel. Lots of love to you, and it's gorgeous being asexual. Bye, Liam. Thank you.